The Enfield Horror. The creature was first spotted in 1973 in Enfield, Illinois. The initial sighting was by a young boy named Greg Garrett, who described a gray, slimy, three-legged creature with claws and reddish eyes around 4 foot tall. Later that year, multiple witnesses reportedly saw the creature again, including a man named Henry McDaniel, who saw it cross the road and stand up supposedly on two legs. Other encounters describe it as having a monkey-like face. In October of 1973, the Enfield Horror is alleged to have scratched a boy named Greg as he was searching for it. The scratch left imprints that took weeks to heal. Two local women reported encountering the creature in their yard in 1974. One threw a flashlight at it, while the other witnessed it perched in a tree. Both described its eyes as red. The final well-known sighting was by the Johnson family, who reported the creature appearing in their window one night. Mr. Johnson fired shots at it before it scurried away. While many of the details remain uncertain and unconfirmed, these represent some of the commonly referenced incidents involving mysterious Enfield Horror. Skeptics argue that there is insufficient evidence to support its existence. How's everyone doing? This is your boy, Thaddeus Cray. If Kevin needs a shave, I'll do that tomorrow. But anyway, I'm getting off track. This one is about the Enfield Horror, as you've seen, in the little presentation I did. This part, of course, you guys already know is going to be my own opinion on this thing. The way it's been described, to me, it seems almost extraterrestrial, if it exists at all. Because you have to understand something. Sometimes people see things that, may not be what you think and may be a little bit more natural than supernatural. It could be that maybe some kind of animal escaped. I'm thinking like maybe it could be even like maybe, there's been sightings of things that were believed to be cryptids that were actually, let's say, a kangaroo escaped from the circus or an animal show or whatever, right? Or even from a zoo. You got to understand, animals like this, they're going to forage and, there's stuff they can, they're vegetarians and they're pretty much opportunistic. So they'll eat pretty much what they can get their little paws on, anything they're talking about within reason. So my point is, if someone saw that in the late at night and it was something you wouldn't be expecting, you're going to say, hey, I saw a monster. So that is a possibility, but I'm thinking also it could be an extraterrestrial entity or something that was cooked up in a lab. I mean, no one really knows what something like this could be. Also, Jay Woodward on Woodward TV had a very interesting point. Sometimes people see things and, if one person said something, another person might have seen something similar. You're like, ow, I saw that. So I can't really tell you. But I definitely wouldn't be surprised if it was some kind of experiment, maybe that got loose. And you got to understand, Uncle Sam's been cooking up this kind of stuff, I'm pretty sure, for a very long time. And technology in the private sector is much more advanced than it is in the public sector. And it's been that way for a long, long time. So I wouldn't be surprised if back then they had that kind of tech or that kind of engineering kind of prowess. And, things escape sometimes. I mean, there's been all kinds of stories about that kind of thing. Hell, look at the Montauk critter that washed up. I mean, I think there may have been some debunking around that, but there have been rumors of different types of facilities around that area. So my point is that no one really knows. You can't really know. It's almost impossible to say one thing or another. And of course, there have been sightings of similar kind of creatures around UFOs and things like that. It's weird, crazy stuff. So any of these things could be possible. I decided to bring this up because of the so many possibilities of what this critter could be. That's really what I wanted to put out there. No one really knows what some of these things are. I mean, whether it be a cryptid or an urban legend, there's just so much that it could be or may not be. That's the joy of doing this kind of thing. It's just, there's so many answers and so many possibilities, just as many questions, of course, are out there as well. So, to me, it's definitely possible that maybe it's more than one source. No one really knows. And of course, I don't think there's been too many really recent sightings of this creature, so I can't really tell you. And if there are, what I've been able to look up, I haven't found much, if you know what I'm talking about. Of course, people see things, and like I said before, the mind processes things, and a lot of people focus on it, it can be put into reality. So you have that as well. So, I mean, who knows? But I'm going to be honest with you. Something like that it's definitely a little bit more diverse than so many of the other things I've explored and looked into. But make no mistake, it's definitely possible that a creature like this could exist. Hell, maybe it's something that, think about this. I mean, I've said this many times, there's so many undiscovered species here in this country, I'm pretty sure, especially in those woods out that are throughout this great nation of ours. No one really knows what could be out there. I'm just saying. Uh, who knows? Of course, there's hoaxes and everything else. That, of course, is a real problem in the community. It's always been, and it always will be, talking about. But I wanted to put this out there and just kind of keep short and sweet. But I'm just kind of curious what you guys think. Leave some in the comments. Let me know what you guys think, what it might be. Because believe me, something like this, I'd never want to hear some feedback. You guys be blessed and you be safe.